Hey.
Hey.
Here we go with another Gazette. We are the swaxiest show in the metaverse. I wanted to toss that out there for Sevorg. He'll get it.
You know it.
So we were really treated this week. So I wanted to start us right off on the focus with the Mooncast stuff. We didn't get the text update. They had to sacrifice something in order to bring us more than an hour's worth of footage and all sorts of other great stuff. We'll go into it. It's been 12 weeks and they're clipping along at a pace that as if this is. It seems like they've had a lot more time than they really have, and it's just looking great. A lot of it, if you have a chance to get on the YouTube link and review it, you'll for like the first half of it, they go over a lot of what Jason has been keeping us abreast of with his Friday updates, and then they turn to kind of talking about what it looks like in the future. And one of the things that I thought was like most impressive, one of the definitely most worth talking about, was the fact that they want to do quarterly play tests where it's like public access, anybody can get in. So they're just gonna spin something up. They said, I remember you said something like, we're paying for the servers, we might as well use them. So to spin something up and let us run with it. They said so those are quarterly. They want to do something public, but they also want to do milestone updates. So they're doing the milestones maybe once a month ish, and they said they want to use those as more of like a test version of the build that they want to put out for the public demo. And they're going to do something with that where you have to have a visitor badge, is what they're calling it, a visitor badge NFT. And they said they want to sell it in Bodhi. So I thought that was kind of neat and overlapping and important to people that think about things like that. What's your take, Blake? What do you think about all that?
I mean, I know it's been something, talking with the Mooncast team, it's something they've been really insistent on is, okay, we need to do something with the, whatever that is going to be, partially might be subject to regulation, what you can do. I mean, but, giving back directly to the people that funded this project and made this a reality to this point, obviously it's such a unique story on how this all came to be in its entirety. So I think, giving back to the Bodhi side, it's incorporating utility for that has been something they're really trying to hammer in.
Yeah, I like that as another thing to bring attention back to the meme coin itself. We'll see what kind of, that any one of these things can spark something that just takes off kind of creatively. We might get some other great ideas to use for the token itself or whatever. He also mentioned a VIP pass, which was also a really cool idea, that the people with the VIP pass would have access not just to the milestone updates or the milestone demos, but that they would be able to be there in the weekly team demos. Mm-hmm. And they'd also have special access in Discord to a channel that was much more exclusive. They said that would be a lot more expensive, but also very limited in number. They don't want to overpopulate their weekly dev tests, but they do want to put that out there as something that they make available to people that would be interested. And so I thought that was cool, that this idea of committing to regular play tests rather than just kind of thuning it out and then leaving the community kind of wondering how things are, whether or not it's looking good. And we're looking at some footage here. I mean, this is neat and art and all sorts of stuff.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So, well, what's even more interesting is the way that they seemed to wrap everything up, and all of a sudden they demonstrated that they got a little bit of cultural awareness, and they threw us a little Ferris Bueller segue, and you get it was like, ho hum, what am I doing now? You know, you have this little video of Jason jumping in, and they now have their own website. It's you can jump on their site at mooncast.productions, and if you go in there and it's honestly hilarious the way they have this thing set up at the top. You know, it's set up as if this is some like multi-seasonal reality TV show kind of thing. Just because the image is there, scroll over the thumbs down button.
I was going to say, I was like, just imagine.
Scroll over the thumbs down button for the viewing public. It's hilarious. So, like, you can't even thumbs down. It's awesome. So creative. Like, just a great little presentation of it. But if you go up to the top right corner and you click the blue flashing one, watch live, that will get you to a download for. You scroll down a bit and you can show it to them. The download there, you have access to Mooncast. You can get in and run around with the character. They've got the jungle gym out there that Catherine was working so hard on. I don't know if she did all of the different pieces of it, but I know that she did a bunch of that. Because there's a maze in there. There's also some weapon stuff in there that I think it was a kind of a joint effort. People like Angel and Maxie and others that were involved in the motion matching and all of the dilemmas that we've been talking about with Jelly Pomo Tutu. I mean, they wanted to show off where they're at, and you can get in there and run around with some very like fluid character movement, and they're sweet looking. They are swagsy. They're looking exactly the way we would want them to, and we're seeing it so much earlier than we thought we would. So I'm super jazzed about the way it's going, and also really happy about the fact that they're just making these things available to us so that we can get in and get our hands on it. And it creates real excitement rather than hype. You know, it's like, wow, absolutely, this is going somewhere. And so they did talk about some of the things that they're headed towards. They have some hurdles ahead of them. They still have some back end stuff to work on, and then they're just going to start plowing towards the initial iteration of the fishing game, and that's likely what we'll see first. But for now, if you want to and just kind of get your hands on one of the characters, you can run around and there's weapons to pick up. You can pick up a sword or an axe. That whole spicy thing came from someone who was double gripping a sword and an axe. And they called it the swags. But you can attack some target dummies in there, and then there, like I said, there's a maze that you can fall off of if you're not doing it right. Lots of other things to run around on, and of course, you know, you can discover the horizon and fall off the edge of the world if you're savvy. But yeah, so Mooncast is really moving forward. We're looking forward to the next update. So we have a lot of games that we consistently have been doing, and we've been asking like week after week, hey, if there's anything you want to us to take a look at, shout out the name and we'll do something with it. Well, this past week, Tim was just asking. He says, "Have you guys looked at Off the Grid?" I was like, "That sounds like an answer to the question we've been asking." So looked into it, and we found some pretty cool stuff about this game. So this has been done in Unreal 5.4. They do have some cinematic stuff. It almost looks like they might turn it into a weird like an AI generated sort of I don't know, like a show or something like that. But if they don't go ahead with that, I'm saying that they could, because this stuff looks so good. It's considered an extraction battle royale. So you've got teams with objectives, and you've got like big teams. You know, you got lots of people on the screen all at once. The maps are huge. The graphics are intense as far as like we're watching clicks right now. They released this footage. As of right now, anyone that's in the test is under a strict NDA, and they're not allowed to say anything or show anything. But they did officially release this, and clicks right here. He's going to like be running through the water, and he's just kind of like jaw dropped, like complimenting the game, and then he's shooting at the water just to see what it looks like when you shoot at the water, and he was just like, "Whoa, I can't believe
it does look really, really good." It reminds me of there's a series, the Tom Clancy series, like the Ghost Recon.
Okay, yeah,
that's exactly what it looks like. I think Breakpoint is the one I was just playing or something like that. But this looks really good. That's awesome.
Yeah, so people that want to get in, you can go to their Discord server and sign up for. They're calling it their Pioneer program. There are some pretty serious like system requirements. You need to make sure that your system can handle it. But apparently, people that do have adequate systems are getting right in. There's not like a waiting list. They're not being particularly choosy. They just want to make sure that your machine can handle it. And also, there is the NDA. As soon as you get in, he's so good. I can't. It's like instantaneous headshots. It's just embarrassing thinking about how long it would take me to actually sight something like that in. But yeah, you're gonna encounter the NDA. But if you sign the NDA and you have the right system, you'll be able to get in and play when they prop the servers up and launch the tests. A lot of cool features. It's cyberpunk, so you're kind of a cyborg.
You can see his arm is not a real arm.
Yeah, some of the there's definitely a bunch of different weapons. This same video collection showcased all the different the weapons videos that they've put out, and those are really professional. They're really pretty, and they look like they're supposed to be advertisements. Like if you can imagine like a car advertisement or something like that.
Yeah.
They look really well done. But there's also one of the major features of the game is the different arms that your character can have, and you can actually kill opponents and like take their arms if you like what their equipment.
Like it.
So so that's going to be fun. As of right now, they're kind of keeping the exact mechanics of the Web3 side of it close to the chest. And Tim and I were discussing it just this morning about how it may be that they want to woo the Web2 crowd first. And apparently they are getting that crowd because there's a lot of people that are drooling over this game. But we don't know exactly what they're going to do for whether a tokenomic structure. It seems natural that things like the arms could become NFTs one way or another. But we'll be watching this one closely, talking about updates that they give, and as they release more information about their plans, we'll keep telling you about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then almost like right after we were talking about this past week, Abcon showed up and he was talking about the Machines Arena, and then they drew a comparison to Spider Tanks, and I was like, I have to take a look at this one. And this footage, like some of it's cinematic, but other parts of it are actual in-game footage. This was from 2021. Like this was originally released on Steam, and so it started as a Web 2 game essentially, and then they in early 2024 they decided to kind of enter the Web 3 world with it. So they did get on the Epic Game Store as well in 2022, but then they partnered in March of 23. They partnered with Sky Mavis to start building towards a Web 3 presence. So they were the first non-Axie game on the Ronin chain and on the Ronin network. And
I don't need to watch Fly Fishing.
They ended up selling some skins, or actually they provided skins through the game, and you could earn skins in different ways. They had a Familiars NFT that they launched. So the Familiars are kind of like the pets that run around with you that augment you in some way or another. And you can like kind of mix and match depending on your play style. It allows you to kind of bend your class a little bit in one direction or another. But when they announced the familiars, they also announced that they were headed towards a play to earn, a play to airdrop open beta, and that actually launched on July 30th. And I think that's why the chatter has been coming up about it. It's a recent launch, but if you're in there, you can be playing and earning points towards this airdrop. Also, if you have skins, if you've been playing it since 21, because it's just a cool game, those skins that you've acquired over that time, they actually count towards points for the airdrop. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, so they're rewarding the early adopters, the early supporters, by allowing those things to contribute to this airdrop, and they're as of now they're just calling the token the TMA token, abbreviating the machines arena. So this is another one we're gonna keep a close eye on. Again, like the spider tanks. Similarities are pretty obvious. It's 4v4 instead of 3v3, but you have such a wide variety of characters with weapons and abilities that are just it's an uncanny resemblance. There are a bunch of different play modes as well, which again Spider Tanks has. So I think a lot of the people that know us, have been in this community for a while, if you've enjoyed Spider Tanks, you might be able to hop in there and just have a good time with the game.
Nice.
One of the games that we do keep a close eye on because of the Monster McMonsterface guild that Jesse set up, Spellborn. I've been playing regularly. I'm trying to keep up and stay consistent so that I can be one of the top points earners for that airdrop. But I hadn't been tracking the server itself, the Discord server itself, and something told me to go back. So I doom scrolled back about 2 weeks and just tried to dig up what was there. And this is something I'm going to say this just offhand because I really like the way that they're going about this. With the founder of the game, who goes by Ghostimon, he will just get in there and start talking about what they're doing. And the thing that I really like about it is there's no showmanship with it. He's coming in, he's talking to people, he's answering direct questions. The guy apparently is completely unbounded energy. He's building this game, he's managing teams, and he's answering simple questions in Discord constantly. So he's really a fireball, and I enjoy some of his. He's witty too, so some of his responses are don't ask him a stupid question. But people were asking about the idea of the breeding program. That was something that got kind of hinted at a while ago, and he started answering some questions really directly, and with the intent of showing that breeding phase of the game, or that mode in the game, is going to be coming very soon. What we learned about breeding is that you have male and female monsters in the game, and obviously that's how you breed. So that wasn't any big surprise, but the parents are going to be lost in the event. So 2 monsters go in and 1 come out. So.
Whoa.
So you're gonna have a situation where the female dictates whatever type of monster it is. So you've got the caiman is the alligator looking one that can evolve ultimately into a dragon down the line.
Yeah.
Super, that's the Charizard type, but caiman, if you have a female caiman and it breeds with something that isn't a caiman, the offspring will be a caiman. There is going to be interspecies breeding through this.
I like it.
So you can mix and match some features, but with each of them, you can take one of the attributes. So there's the 7 different attributes: the attack, the defense, etc. So you can take one of them from each parent and lock that parent's score for that attribute in place for the offspring. So this is going to be a method for people to really
it's a beast.
Yeah, to create some super. Now here's the thing. They're not stupid about that. It's going to be expensive to get those items that allow you to do that. So they're talking about like right now they have in the shop, you can get one of the items to lock one of the stats in place is 100 gold nuggets. The guys that have been grinding this the longest may be close to like 2,000 nuggets. You know, like they recently sold something that you get 30 nuggets in that like bundle, but the bundle was $10. You know, so like it's gold nuggets are kind of scarce, and so to dump 100 of them on an item for one stat in the hopes that the rest of the stats work out, you're still taking a chance. And so they're not breaking the system, but they are giving you an opportunity to, if you're committed, you can really grind for those nuggets and take one of your or two of your monsters and merge their stats in order to make like a tougher monster. But yeah, the other thing, because of the way that the parent generation is lost, if the NFTs are used, if the NFT monsters are used, the supply will just go down. Because so if you have an NFT female that's used, she'll just the offspring will be just another one of the female. But if the male is used, it's discarded and its type isn't passed on. Mm-hmm. So if two caimans breed, only one caiman's coming out the other side. Right now there's 11 of each of the 3 NFT types, and that's as much as there ever will be, but there could be less. So it could create scarcity in the NFTs as well.
Yeah.
As for the wild monsters, it'll just help mitigate the supply. There's a bunch of things within the game that are kind of culling the numbers as they're coming out, because you have missions that require you to turn a monster into someone because they need it for their pet store or whatever, you know. So that those numbers are being, for the wild monsters, those are being kept in check like that already. Okay. But now with breeding, the good male ones, they're just going to kind of be lost. You know?
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah. So, and again, like both the male and the female are taken out of the system, but it's random as to what the gender is going to be. They did say you're going to actually be able to pay for an item, like probably with nuggets again. You could get an item to guarantee that it's female, so that if you wanted to like continue to like hone that particular monster, you could over time without losing the type that it is. You know, if you wanted to make sure that it kept being a dino rat, then you could just always make sure that it was a female dino rat that was bred, so that when it bred again, it would produce a dino rat. But again, they're looking for a way. Again, there's a sink for the golden nuggets. So it's some interesting tactics on their economy. I like what they're doing. It's looking good. And man, breeding games are fun. Everyone saw what happened with Axie. Axie's economy went out of control. What happens when you have a game like that, where they do have control over the economy, where they do have the levers in place to slow things down, speed things up, whatever they need to do? I'm really excited for this game. One last thing we'll jump into. We were talking about all the things coming up for Star Atlas with the crew packs. Crew packs were distributed yesterday, thanks to Earther for the update within the GG Collective Discord. And as of noon, they became like my time. Sorry, I'm West Coast US. As of like 24 minutes ago, crew packs became available on the site in the market. You can buy the different rarities of crew packs, and they're going to be allowing. This word is they're going to be allowing them to be opened today as well. I haven't seen any updates on that, but it's supposed to happen today sometimes. Tim was talking about maybe doing a live stream whenever they can open crew packs, because pretty sure the Titan got some crew packs.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely something we're talking about, planning, figuring out.
Yeah.
When we want to do it, I think there's a lot of, because the support for it all comes on the 20th. So I think that might be kind of what a lot of people are shooting for, is like opening them around that 20th date. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. on the topic of the 20th, this is the thing we'll close with. They've been saying that if you have your ships in fleets, you're going to have to disband them before that new update goes live, or else they're going to be forcibly disbanded. And this is to create the final separation between the ships and the crew that were the way that it has been since the initial sales of the ships. If that happens and you have cargo, it will be lost. So they just want to they're just reminding people to do it yourself. Get everything off your ships, disband. Make sure, obviously, be at a central space station. Disband your fleets, and then after the update, you'll be able to use those crew members and individually move them onto the ships that you want them on. Yeah. So yeah, just if you're already in there, and you haven't heard this, make sure you do that before August 20th. And obviously, up to that point, you'll be able to continue to do whatever it is. If you're a miner or if you're out there scanning or whatever, you can continue to do those things. But just don't forget, August 20th is gonna. It's either you're gonna do it or they're gonna do it for you, and you might miss out on. You might lose some stuff.
A week from today.
So that's what we got. I really appreciate your time. And again, like we showed 2 new games here. But that doesn't mean we can't look for others. If you have something that's really exciting for you, let us know, and we'll keep digging for the information and just pass it on to you.
That's what we're here for. All right, guys. We'll take it easy, and I'll talk to you later, man.
Thanks a bunch.